Welcome to the Frisco Podcast. I'm your host, Scott Ellis, and today we have Kevin Carswell from Mochas Javas back in the studio. Kevin, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Really enjoy coming up to Frisco.
Always love talking to you because we get to talk about yummy stuff, coffee, food, all kinds of good things going on at Mochas Javas. And you brought us some snacks today, and we're going to dig into those in a little bit. But tell us, what are some of let's just talk about some of the seasonal stuff that's going on, because 'tis the season for the coffee shop, right?
Definitely the season for a coffee shop. Christmas time, we've had I always do some features that are, one of the samples I brought you today was our maple pecan scone, made with real pecans, of course, and real maple syrup, and has a maple glaze on top.
That's got my name all over it.
Oh, it's fantastic. We started doing scones in San Marcos about 2 months ago, and they're flying off the shelves. Brought you a few other sweets, and then also brought you some more savory items that have done really well here in Frisco.
One of those you said is it's a gluten-free blueberry muffin?
That is a gluten-free, looks like pumpkin.
Okay.
So we do a different flavor of gluten-free as we sell them. We do about 6 to 10 a day. The gluten-free muffins have sold really well. They're just picking up steam because they're so good. If you don't tell people they're gluten-free, they'll eat it without even knowing it's gluten-free because they're so good. We've formed that recipe over several years, and it does really well. So we change out that flavor almost daily.
Okay, good to know. Mm-hmm. And then there was also a vegan zucchini bread. Is that what that was?
Vegan zucchini bread. So it has no egg or dairy in it.
Okay.
So it does really well. It's really good flavor, very moist. There's some good items you can add to vegan items to make up for the eggs.
Okay. Well, it all smells and looks delicious, so I can't wait to dig in a little bit. But I'm not going to be chewing in everybody's ear right now, so we'll have to wait. But you guys, that's something that you guys pay a lot of attention to. I've noticed over the years is you're always refining and perfecting your recipes for different things. So kind of what does that process look like for you guys? How do you go about figuring out what things to either keep around or take the next step with?
So menu mix wise, we do have a menu mix, but as far as ingredients go, we're always looking at ingredients and trying to make sure we keep the best ingredients, and we make as many items and almost everything in house from scratch, so we know what we're putting into everything. And we're not 100%, but most everything you have in our stores we make from scratch. And by doing that, there's 5 or 6 ingredients there. You can read the name of all of them. It just makes me feel good, and I prepare food at our stores the way I eat too. So. I eat at our stores all the time, and
you're still nice and lean. Still look fit, and
stay nice and lean. Yes, I always say the coffee helps too.
Coffee probably does help, and I just have to give a plug for the chicken salad sandwich because my wife is a fiend for chicken salad. She absolutely loves it, and yours is hands down her favorite. So
yeah, it does really well here. It's been really picked up well as people are trying it, and then in San Marcos is one of our staples in San Marcos. Okay,
so right now, what locations do you guys still have?
We still have all 4 in San Marcos. And we have the one here in Frisco. We have 5 currently. We've been in Frisco 2 years August, so just past 2 years.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. So we'll actually celebrate our 17 years in business in February.
Wow. That's awesome. Well, you guys are hitting some milestones, and we love having you here in Frisco. So if anybody doesn't know, it's right on the southeast corner of El Dorado and Legacy. So can't miss it.
Great location. Super Target's there in the parking lot. So a lot of people seem to shop at Target.
Yeah, it's a popular destination too. Sure is. So one of the things we were talking about before we kicked off the recording was you guys did a marketing study with Wakeland High School, which is right down Legacy from you guys.
Correct.
And you actually did it, like the students did a class project, and it was a marketing study for Mochas Javas, which is kind of cool. It's nice to see that you guys are getting engaged with the students locally. But what was tell us about that process and then what the outcome was.
So I recall them talking to us about it, but our general manager, Megan's the one they interviewed for the marketing, and they did a really good job on this report. I mean, it's professionally done, great insights on it. So my brother and I have read through it, sent it to our marketing director, so we're going to take some information out of there. Fortunately, some of the things that they recommend that we do, we've already are working on. One of those things is online ordering. So we're going to launch online ordering for our LBJ location 1st of January or the first week of January. Work the details out, and once we get everything ironed out, we'll launch at all 5 locations. Other than that, it's just continue doing more community give back. Wakeland, I think, approached us because we've done some community give back with Wakeland with their band, their orchestra. We've done some profit share days and just some advertisement in some of their pamphlets. And then we've done some stuff with Gator Griffin Band as far as a gift card promotion goes to help them raise funds for their band as well.
Okay.
And there's other organizations we've donated coffee to or we're giving money back or funds to also. We donated coffee, 20 gallons of coffee this morning to the all the bus drivers.
Oh, that's nice. I bet they appreciated that.
So,
a cold morning this morning too. So,
but the report from Wakeland went really well. It's a good insight, and they recommend we open a location near the new Frisco UNT campus.
That seems like a very savvy thing to think about. You guys,
so.
Do you have plans to expand in Frisco?
We do. We moved to North Texas for a reason. We like the growth up here. My brother's been up here for about 25 years in North Texas. We just happened to find this location in Frisco and really like Frisco in the North Texas area. So our plan currently is get through the rest of this year, get through the first half of next year, and our goal is to be looking for something by a fourth quarter of next year.
Okay. Very good. Well, I'd love to see you guys expand in Frisco, and any way we can help make sure we're getting the word out, we will definitely do so.
Thanks very much. Greatly appreciate it.
Yeah. So what are some of the other things you guys have coming up? I know your brain's always spinning. You're always coming up with new ideas and different ways of promoting the business and getting the word out there. So what are some of the things you guys have coming up that we should be looking for?
So right now we're working on a mailer that will give customers a dollar value and a gift card if they bring it into the store here in Frisco. So one, we're working on if we're going to do that ourselves, partner with somebody on those flyers, work with the HOAs or some of the apartment complexes here.
Okay.
It's and there's no catch. So if you receive one of the flyers, you just bring it in, and we'll give you that value. It's a pretty good value. I'm not going to say what it is today, but it's a nice value. I know we talked about it. It's a nice value, and it entices people to come in. And once they get that gift card, if they only use it once for that one purchase, they'll have value left on it for another purchase. They could use the entire thing at that time, though, either way. But we feel like if we capture the customer to come to our store 2 to 3 times, they'll become a regular of ours.
Absolutely. We encourage people as much as possible. Please support the local businesses and businesses like Mochas and Javas. And, we're not going to go out and like bash the big box guys, but we're all about local. We're all about Frisco. So, if we're going to go get coffee, we want to send them your way.
Yeah, we changed some of our marketing. We changed our gift card design this year. Our sleeves that will be in production again next year, we changed it to a Texas theme. People in Texas love Texas. So we're based and formed in Texas. My brother and I grew up and were born in Texas, so we are promoting that Texas theme. And I think it will do really well for us also. I think people in Texas like supporting local businesses, other ones that were created here in Texas. Like I always tell people, our profits stay here in Texas.
Have you ever had a chance to sit down and chat with the guys from Tumbleweed Textiles?
I have not.
They are, their whole brand is kind of Texas culture. Mm-hmm. And so, that really resonates with people around here. They've done very well, and we got to introduce you to those guys. There'd probably be some nice crossover stuff to do.
It would be great
them.
to do.
They're fun. They're really fun guys, sharp guys as well. So tapping into that Texas culture that's a good move.
Yeah, people love. They're very proud of Texas.
Yeah,
so am I.
And I think for good reason.
Yes,
even for those of us that aren't originally from here, that it's hard for that Texas culture not to kind of just through osmosis seep into your veins over time, and next thing you know, you're a Texan, whether you meant to be or not.
Yeah, I agree.
So, what else is happening in the store? So we talked a little bit about some of the snacks you brought today, but what are some of the other things that we might look forward to on the shelves there?
Well, not that we just finished our pumpkin spice latte, so it's no longer available here in Frisco, but we made that recipe from scratch. We use pumpkin spice from scratch, but right now we're doing a peppermint bark, which is really good. It seems like anything seasonal we do sells really well. We're working on a new gingerbread latte. So Megan, our general manager, is working on a recipe to make the seasoning from scratch. So she's tweaking it as we speak. And she baked some mini gingerbread cookies. And so we're going to decorate those cookies. And so we're going to give out one of these little mini gingerbread cookies with every gingerbread latte.
And Megan's baking those herself?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, they look fantastic. So it's like a great idea. So
and she's super nice. I see her most of the time when we do come in there, and she's always bright and friendly.
Then we've done some gift boxes that we've done some really good values on. So we got 3 different sizes: I hate saying small, medium, large, but it's like a single and a double, and then like a couple's gift package. So it's a good value. It has a variety of things in it. So it's if you buy coffee or gift cards or tumblers. Look for it on our shelves.
Okay, yeah. So stop into the Mochas and Javas and check out the gift boxes.
Gift boxes, and they're already discounted, but we're going to do a discount the last 3 days before Christmas also.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, I'll definitely try to stop in and check those out.
Okay.
And another one of the things I love that you guys have is it's a very comfortable atmosphere you have there at Mochas and Javas. It's very inviting, so people can stop in, and if they need to hang out and do some Wi-Fi and all that stuff, there's that as well, correct?
Most definitely. You're looking at our clientele mix. It's during the day we have a really good professional clientele. A lot of business meetings going on there every day. I think they feel comfortable coming into the business. It's relaxing. It's there's no pressure to buy. You can come in and just enjoy the internet and the space and meet people there. Most people do purchase. A lot of moms come there, I think, after dropping off kids and just meet and talk about the day. Then we have a couple knitting groups that meet there as well.
Huh, fun.
So a really good mix. We're getting more of the younger clientele as we continue to grow our footprint up here also. The more that we market, I think, with the high schools and do some community give back, we're getting some of those students there. But during the daytime, we have a really strong professional client that do business there every day. It's really good to see.
No, that's good. I'm glad you guys are doing so well. And again, we love having you here in Frisco. So let's chat about coffee itself, because we've kind of glazed over that, and you are a coffee shop. I know you guys do your own roast, correct?
We do. So the roast that I brought you this morning is I know you like Americano, so I brought you a 4-shot Americano. So if you are awake till past 10 tonight, you know why.
That'll keep me wired up, but yeah, that's really good.
So we've been doing the Mochas and Javas blend with Texas Coffee Traders now for over 16 years. So we, RC and myself, put this roast together for our espresso roast. It's very good, very smooth.
It is.
Yeah. So that is our signature roast, and we do a light roast of the month. All the stores stay about the same schedule. Right now we're doing Mexican for our light roast for December, and then we'll start a rotation again in January. You can go to our website and see what our light roast of the month is, and it shows you where the region is and talks a little bit about the coffee also. So if you're a light roast person, you can try a different one every month. Then you can also try the Mochas and Javas blend. So the espresso roast is formulated, and we designed it to be our espresso, but we also use it for our drip dark roast as well. Mm-hmm. And then we do the iced toddy with that as well.
Yum. Do you know what the coffee in January that you're going to be going to is yet?
Not yet. My daughter is actually going to be devising up our schedule for next year. A lot of it we have to get with the roasting, because the coffees do change as far as plantations and what their crop looks like. We had some light roast last year that we had to change the light roast schedule just because they weren't available. So as seasons change, weather, either too much rain or droughts, can affect some of that light roast schedule. So we'll have to change our schedule on occasion, even though we do try to put it out for 12 months. Okay.
So do you go and do the coffee tasting? Do you do the whole spooning thing? And
we do some of that testing-wise, and we do it also for training. So we send our baristas to coffee traders actually for coffee training. So they do some of the cupping. And then,
cupping, thank you.
Yep. And then they'll do barista skills as far as pulling shots, understanding the shots, the amount of espresso per shot, the time that it takes to brew the shots, what the colors should look like, how it should smell.
That's fantastic.
How it should taste.
That's good training. And where do they go for that?
They go to our roaster in Austin.
Okay. If you're a barista, that's a fantastic opportunity to really kind of go a little deeper and learn.
The nice thing about going to the roaster is you get to tour the roaster. So we actually see they tour us the entire warehouse. So we actually get to roast or watch the roast coffee. And they roast a lot of coffee for a lot of companies, but we roast several hundred pounds a week for us. So
wow. Fantastic.
But it's good education. It really gives the staff a little bit more involvement and knowledge of what we are serving and what we're doing and where our coffee comes from and how fresh it is. Most people don't realize that we get our coffee roasted every week for everything they're drinking in our stores. So we keep about a 10 to 14 day supply in our on shelves all the time. That's about it, though.
Okay. And yeah, people can buy the coffee as well off the shelf, right?
We sell pound bags.
Yeah. Good to know. And you guys, I've noticed it seems like you have, and correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like you have fairly low turnover in terms of staff relative to what I'm used to in like a retail type establishment. Is that true, or am I just happen to be seeing the same people all the time?
Maybe it's just your schedule, but we have since midsummer we've had a good core staff. We did turn. In the restaurant industry, we hire a lot of students.
Yeah,
they can graduate, move on, and they should. We had 3 of our holdouts from the former business that all 3 graduated, all got career jobs. We're some of the best, really great people. That's usually what our turn looks like, and that's kind of where we're settling back down. And so we've hired the last 12 months more staff, and most of them are staying with us. And it's nice to build that education and knowledge and history with our staff, because coffee is definitely a daily routine. So that routine and the rapport building with your customer is very important. So when you get to see the same faces every time, get to know you by name, get to know you by your drink, or both. Hopefully.
Yeah, I got to admit, I was impressed that you knew that I liked an Americano walking in. That was good.
So yeah, we do try to remember those things. But Frisco's bigger than San Marcos, of course. So I don't see our clientele out in public as much as I do in San Marcos, because it's just a smaller town. But our baristas will say, "I saw cappuccino at the HEB."
You're named after your coffee, people.
Yeah,
so choose wisely.
So it's like, yeah, that's Tom. That's not cappuccino, but yeah. But it's funny because they know customers by drinks sometimes, not by names.
That makes sense. But you live down in San Marcos, correct?
Correct.
But it seems like you're here in Frisco. At least half the time when I walk into the shop, you're there.
I drove up this morning. I was here last week, Tuesday through Saturday. Drove back Saturday evening. Drove back up this morning. Left San Marcos about 7.
Okay.
Went in the store this morning about 5 and had some coffee and did some paperwork. Then hit the road.
Okay.
Be here through Thursday.
Good deal. Well, we hope you're enjoying your time in Frisco while you're up here. And
I'm trying to get out more when I'm here too. There's times that I'm needed as we're training staff. There's this August and September, I was doing a lot of shifts at the store, just helping with training. Megan's does a great job, but she can only be so many places at one time. So sometimes helping her just oversee the store helps her kind of get things in perspective and do what she needs to do for the success of the store, and just give her some support. So there's times that I do that, then there's times that I try to get out in the market. And so I'll be at the chamber networking group on Thursdays. When I'm here on Thursday, I try to go to the networking group, and then I try to go shop at other businesses too. Have lunch at different places just to introduce myself and just go find other local places.
Well, if there's anybody you want to get connected with, let us know, and we'll make every effort to make sure we get you. We certainly don't know everybody in every business in Frisco, but we're connected to a lot of them in different capacities. So always happy to. It's fun to see that kind of crossover happening where businesses get to work. Because I think, in fact, if I'm not mistaken, Jungle Joe's you guys work with them, right? Don't they have Mochas and Javas coffee?
Yeah, so Angela and I met at the Chamber Networking group about a year, maybe a little over a year ago. And she's looking to serve our roast in her coffee shop, or in her, I guess, kind of like a playground, indoor playground.
Yeah.
And they serve food and coffee. And so what was exciting about that is my daughter had come back from Colorado and is our director of training, one of our general managers in San Marcos. And so we came up here last year and actually did a training session with her staff. Jordan and I had to calibrate their espresso machines, get them to actually brew properly and test them, run them. Then when we left that day, Angela was pretty excited because she hadn't seen her espresso make espresso like that before. And steam milk the way my daughter is really skilled in the coffee trade. And so she can outdo me when it comes to latte art. But she's very skilled in that area, and but Angela was really happy to see what we did. So it's great to partner with somebody like that, and I think she's done really well. So she orders our coffee from us as needed, and some of our sauces and syrups too. That's
fantastic, because I mean, if we know her business has done really well, but if people are taking their kids in there to give them a chance to run around and play and blow off a little steam, and they decide to have a cup of coffee, well, you're really supporting two businesses at the same time.
Right.
So we'd love to see that happen. And does your daughter ever come up to the Frisco shop?
She's supposed to be here today with me, but she's working. We have mostly students working for us, so most of them take off vacations. My daughter's working shifts this week. She's actually, I'm trying to get her more involved into the management side of what I do in the business. I want to grow and have our business grow and have her grow with our business. She's very passionate about moving back to Colorado. So when that happens, I hope that we're expanding business up there for her to help oversee and run.
Yeah, absolutely. What part of Colorado, if you don't mind my asking?
She went to CCU for Colorado Christian University. So she was in Lakewood about 6 years and worked at a cafe in Golden, Colorado for about 3 years.
Okay.
So she loves Denver. She likes that area. So she'd probably be somewhere on the west side of Denver if she had her choice.
Gotcha. Well, we're tied into a couple of businesses up there as well. Obviously, we don't advertise or do things with them on Lifestyle Frisco, but certainly if she winds up back there and you guys start expanding into Colorado, let us know and we'll get you connected there as well.
Okay, would greatly appreciate that.
There's some good fun crossover businesses actually that I can think of. So
yeah, I think we're a couple years out from that, but that's been a goal of my brother and I's to have stores in Colorado. Just give us an excuse to go snow skiing or climb around the mountains.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's no shortage of people that need good warm beverages up there. So
correct.
That time of year. So, well, Kevin, good deal, man. Thanks for coming in today, and it's been good to just sit down and catch up a little bit. I know usually when I see you in the shop, you're kind of busy, so get to say hi, but you're humping it back there. But that's what it comes. That's what owning a business is all about. So.
Being involved, yes, definitely. I don't think I'll ever walk away from the business unless we sell it. I enjoy the day-to-day routine. The office side of stuff is part of running a business, but the people side is what really makes the business enjoyable.
Good. Well, we're glad to hear that, and keep us posted on your Frisco plans. And
will do.
If your daughter ever does come up, please let us know. We'll get people coming in for their own special latte art and things that she is so masterful at. So
all right, fantastic.
It'd be great to meet her.
Okay.
Well, thanks again, Kevin, for coming in, and thanks to all of you for tuning into the Frisco podcast. Please go out and subscribe. You can find us on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher, pretty much any place you're going to listen to a podcast. Feel free to subscribe, leave us a comment, give us a rating. All of those things really help us out, and we will talk to you next time.